on the previous episode.
All day. 2nd and 10, you're going to see me lurking with Cam Chancellor. Talk about a user bunnies. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Episode 80 of the No Money Spend. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. It's pretty much all going to be market. I have made major team switches. I've switched up my chemistry. No longer running the 50 out of 50 Raiders theme team. But I'm not going to show this in the video. I'm actually going to hide the players I picked up because I want to basically get a full team upgrade and gameplay in tomorrow's video. A little shopping spree for you guys. Today's all about the market and what the hell is going on. What are we doing? Are there moves to be made? All of that shit. So let's actually flash back to Thursday night, and this was part of the good. I was able to pick up a ton of cards under that 19 coins per trading mark, like 93s at 250k, 89s really like 57k. If you look at basically the deals I've gotten for most of these cards, I mean, Motens for 75 and 65k. There's a Reggie Nelson for 53,000, Pitts 45, 53, 54. Just insane deals. Really, the market was. I mean, this was sniping really late at night. Picked up also a Waller for 350,000 coins as well. A Will Fuller for 450,000. You're gonna see on the actual sells, they'll be selling for a lot more. So in terms of buying cards last night, awesome. I mean, I don't know if I'm more disappointed in the Xbox market for having this card up for an hour. How does this card stay up on the market for 1 hour? 70k, and it's a 250k quick sell. You do the math, 180k for free. But now hopping into this morning, the good about, there's not a lot of good. There's some. Able to sell also a Chase Edmonds off for 732,000. You see the Will Fuller, 587, and basically a lot of the 89 overalls that we picked up for 57k and under, we were able to sell for the mid 75s. We were selling training for basically buying training or the cards at the trading value about 18.5, and we were selling them on the market for like that 21 range. That's like 89s for 75, 90s for 120, 91s for like 165, 170. Really good, basically lazy buyer listings throughout the day. There's a Darren Waller, 489. So between Darren Waller and Will Fuller, we made, I think, 200,000 combined with those. So of course, the Travis Kelce. So really good, basically buying last night, selling. Hopefully, if you guys bought your random 89s and you were able to sell them off today for good lazy buyers like 75, 80k. The most I got, I think I bought a Campus Hero Ranch Rerolls for like 50k and was able to sell them for 85. Just really good market, basically purchases, flips. But in terms of some more good trading rerolls this morning and basically throughout the Discord, we're relatively pretty good. Now, I didn't pull a limited time card, but I was able to pull, I think it was 5 90s and about 80k worth of trading rerolls, which is really good for me because I hadn't pulled even a 90 overall the last 2 weekends. Last weekend rerolls were terrible for me. This weekend, if I wasn't pulling 90s, I was pulling a lot more 85s and 87s. So I think the rerolls really aren't that bad. Hopefully, I'm able to pull at least one limited today. But hopping into more good, the limited time market is really low. T.Y. Hilton already at 315,000 coins. I'm setting a target price at that 290, 280. If we're able to pick up T.Y. Hilton at 290, I mean, Brandon Marshall last week went to 650 from 480. T.Y. Hilton is a top 3 receiver in the game, fastest receiver in the game, tied with Will Fuller, who also, by the way, goes for, I think it was 600,000 coins. I love T.Y. Hilton at that purchase of 280, 290. Now, we are getting limiteds on Sunday and Monday, so it might take a little bit longer for T.Y. Hilton to go up because there will be panic when the new limiteds get announced. T.Y. Hilton will be flooded on the market. There'll be a little mini market crash again before rising back up. As well, J.C. Horn, already 550,000, best corner in the game. Looking at about that 475, 480 mark for him tomorrow night. We'll have to wait and see. Now, the limiteds, though, I don't love, and it's just because I don't like the players, man. James Robinson just isn't that good. 91, like, why would you spend 350k on a running back when you can just go get Derrick Henry for 100k less? So, if I want to pick up James Robinson, he's going to have to be like 315 or less. Kenny Clark, for me, 350 or less, even maybe 340, just because there's so many D tackles in the game that they're the exact same card, just a different player. It's just, I don't see the real upside in those cards are really like skyrocketing, especially James Robinson. Now, Chase Edmonds, we were picking him up for under 600. That was basically the price we were targeting. We got 3 for basically 585,000. He's currently, and I've sold 1 for 730. It looks like he's around that 750k range. He could potentially go to 800k. There hasn't been many bought on the market, so basically through those 3, we're going to make 300k, 100k off each after tax, selling for 750. That's really solid. And as well, the core elites for those 90 overall cards that you can get from the end cap, most feared part 3, really good. Poyer, I've been able to sell at 22, 23 spare times throughout the day. Logan Ryan, there's only one. If you have a Logan Ryan, man, just go sell him. Take that 40K. And as well, Josh Jacobs, I was a little wrong on Josh Jacobs. I thought he would be more like Keenan Allen, Devin Bush. Those type of cards really haven't gone up at all. If anything, they've gone down. I thought Josh Jacobs would be like that. I was lucky enough to sell a couple for that 25K range. But if you have Josh Jacobs, really underestimated the power of the Raiders team. Go and sell that Josh Jacobs. Take your great profit while you can. And as well, the Jay Ratliff set is really, really good. So if you have any of those Tyson Campbells, just do the Jay Ratliff set. You end up getting like 75K in value from the Campbells, which is really, really good. Now, moving on a little bit into the bad. And now, disclosure, I'm taking responsibility for accountability for, Kyle Pitts isn't really bad. You didn't lose anything on Kyle Pitts. We bought him for 60. He's going for like 68. We didn't lose anything on Kyle Pitts, but it's just a waste of time, to be honest. A waste of time, waste of coins that could be put into other stuff that's not Kyle Pitts that could have made profit, basically. So that's why I consider it an L, even though you didn't lose. You gained profit if you sold for 68, 69. But Kyle Pitts was an L just because the time and resources spent on him just isn't that bad. But moving on to the core elites, and really, I'm sorry, I really am if you invested. I feel more bad that you guys kind of lost some coins here instead of me. I lost the most coins probably out of anybody, but I don't really care. I'll get the coins back eventually. Really feel bad for you guys because you guys trusted me, but we'll learn from basically the core elites. We'll learn from this, adapt in the Discord, and really focus more into the future and basically adapt to our mistakes we made this weekend. But Jaire Alexander was 70,000 coins yesterday. He's kind of dropped into that 55K range now. I don't mind selling a Jaire just because we were buying them at under 35, so you're still making quite a big profit on Jaire Alexander. Moving on to Aaron Donald now. I don't know what to say because PlayStation Aaron Donald has been 130,000 coins all day, and Xbox Aaron Donald has been 90,000. He's just risen up to 100K. I never seen really a card be at one point 85,000 coins on one market and 130,000 coins on the other market. Really, really confusing. Don't really know. I think they're going to meet somewhere in the middle at about 115 here, is basically showing the Aaron Donald on PlayStation and Xbox. I think they meet somewhere in the middle at 115,000. We basically need the market just an overall, and it will probably rise throughout the weekend because there's more limiteds. Training is going to keep being spammed. There's basically going to slow down on the pack flooding of the market. But Aaron Donald right now, we still bought him for under 100. I bought, I think 10 yesterday at 120. 10 this morning at about 105, and about 10 for under 90. So I'm not going to lose that much because, of course, I also bought the other ones for 95. But really, the lesson here in DK, in any core elite that we're ever going to invest in the rest of the year, the hedge is where we make the profit. We really have to hedge really well. The selling in the hype, learn that from FIFA. If you guys play FIFA, you invest in FIFA, selling in the hype is the most important thing because it basically just limits your risk. And we were just a little too greedy. Now, in terms of DK Metcalf, another one, man. I'm basically like a kid that got lost in the grocery store with my parents. I have no idea what's going on with DK Metcalf. I have no clue where he's going to go. This card could be 5K tomorrow. I wouldn't be shocked. DK Metcalf is the only card that I've seen where he was 20K pretty much all last week. Even Aaron Donald was 130K all last week. Well, this week. And they get a card, and their core elite goes down, but it's needed for the set. It basically seems like the whole entire Xbox community has invested in DK Metcalf and Aaron Donald. Every person has like 50 of them. So basically, there just can't be a supply. Like Aaron Donald on PlayStation, looks, the supply basically has stopped. There's not more Aaron Donalds being pushed on the market, and that's why he's at 130K. Xbox and for DK and Aaron Donald, man, there's so many. And as you see, I have about 25 Aaron Donalds. I wouldn't hate if he gets up to that 110 mark. I think I'm probably just gonna or I'll sell half of them. I'll keep the other half. I'm gonna take the profit I got from buying them for under 85 today when they were super low and buying them for under 100. But we're gonna have to take the loss on the ones that I bought personally. Maybe you have bought for like 125, 130 yesterday. Now for DK Metcalf, I don't really know what to do. Really, we're buying like about like 10 or about 10 at 30K yesterday. I think 10 at 25K, and then about 20 this morning at about like 18, 17K. So I'm set to lose with Aaron Donald, DK Metcalf. I'm probably gonna lose about $1 million, really, in terms of I go overboard on all my investments. When you make coins, the more you put in, the more you're gonna make, of course, and the more you put in, the more you're gonna lose. It's It's the highs and lows. But for DK Metcalf, I think if he goes up to like, I'm still thinking he goes up to 23, 24. On PlayStation, he's about 20,000 coins. Xbox, there's still like hundreds of them on the market, and it just seems like some person will list 20 basically on the companion app for the same time at 19,000, and it just blocks DK Metcalf from basically going above 19,000 coins. So that's really tough. And basically on all our investments and these investments, we all really thought this. We looked at Jesse Bates. We looked at Jalen Ramsey from Gridiron Guardians. We looked at Derrick Henry. Every single core elite card that got a MasterCard had gone up significantly. And Aaron Donald and DK Metcalf have just fell flat on their face. It doesn't make sense. Everything I've thought I knew about the market coming into this weekend in terms of core elite investments. Now, core elite low investments have been great, but the high ones, I'm mind blown. I really know. I'm gonna take accountability though. I feel really bad for some of you guys that have invested in the DK Metcalfs a little bit. Hopefully, you guys did not lose too much. Hopefully, your rerolls you pulled some limiteds. You deserve it. But in terms of just the trading market in general, I do think the trading market has. I think it's basically almost guaranteed that it's going to go up, considering we're getting 2 more limiteds on Sunday. And packs, there won't be anything more like actually open packs for. If you want limiteds, you're just going to do rerolls, so packs won't really be open. The trading market, the demand for trading will still be super high, but that supply will not be there really, except for the most feared reroll cards will be still pushed on the market. But that's going to be all for this episode. Huge squad update tomorrow. I'm basically switching up half my team because I'm sick and tired of running the boring ass Raiders team. I want to get some variety in my team, so that's really going to be tomorrow's episode. Join the Discord, free to join. We're always discussing investing, market, Madden in general there. Really great community. In the comments, if you have any questions, ask me. Like if you enjoyed the video, or dislike, because you know I'm a dumbass sometimes. Subscribe if you're new, and until tomorrow, peace.